Hey everyone, my name is Cowboy and welcome back to my channel. And it's been almost a week since Woke Up came out, right? And like the rest of you alphas, all I've been doing is watching reactions from everybody else, right? So the video is almost at 5.5 million views. It's literally got over 100 reactions. And I'm really happy right now that it's reaching like the rap reactor community because that's such a huge market right now. And it's really active in the light of like the Kendrick and the Drake beef at the moment. So I did post my reactions early on about the song itself when it came out on Monday and on the video itself when it came out on Tuesday. And in my rush to get those out, I wanted to be first. I just got a little excited and I really didn't catch everything I should have. And I wasn't happy with those reactions. So I thought I wanted to do this justice. I wanted to give it proper editing, proper B-roll, catch all of the references, everything I've learned in a week of reviewing the video and reviewing everybody's reactions and watching. And I wanted to do this justice. I want to do my part. So I wanted to talk about the video really in depth. So this is going to be the big one, right? Like what I did for tape number 2. So first of all, I wanted to talk about the song itself. Like it's a really nice, it's a steady track, right? It doesn't have any major beat changes. It doesn't have any like big mix-up genre changes in the middle of the song. It's got this nice like Middle Eastern or East Asian wind instrument that plays like the flute kind of sound that plays over the beat. And then the beat itself is like made with 808s, which is already a reference to tape number 2. In my research and in my deep diving myself into the video, I think there are 4 main themes to the song itself and to the music video design and the direction. The 4 main themes are eyes and mouths, and gods and monsters. And in the process of breaking this down, I think we're gonna hit all of those. Anyway, I catch a lot of things, but not everything. So if you see anything or if I missed anything from any verse or any line or any detail, I'd love to hear about it and learn more from you alphas. So without further ado, I've got my notes. I'm ready to react. Let's get to it. So let's go. Woke up. I'm gonna be pausing just before the rap starts. Okay, I wanted to come back to that because even this intro part, there's a lot of stuff already to it. So pausing right here, I believe that is COCONA's bike. I'm gonna put up a picture of it from the artist who made the bike. His name is Zavi Choi, and he's also the guy who made the car that CHISA rides in later in the video. One thing you'll notice here, there is a drone remote on the bike itself. And you will see that above in the sky, there's a lot of drones navigating and observing this obelisk that I think this is Simon. It really looks a lot like Simon walking to the obelisk. And my interpretation of this, the fact that Simon has a drone remote on the bike, I think he's part of the drones observing the obelisk or the tower itself. My understanding, my interpretation of the tower, the obelisk, it could be a metaphor for the industry. It could be a metaphor for gender norms, for idol norms, and all of the ceilings and all of the barriers that are in front of the girls, and which is why the whole visual of the music video is them breaking into the tower, breaking through the glass ceiling, breaking through expectations. And I think that's the main theme of the tower itself. Oh, also, there is a tower in Puppet Show. That's also the theme in Puppet Show, where they're ascending towards their full potential and becoming gods, parts of the gods theme that's carrying over into this video. There's another detail here in the next shot. One thing I caught in this one, Simon is wearing an earpiece like he's a security guard or like he's a bodyguard. And, you know, he is their protector. He is their CEO. He's at the core. He's at the heart of the team, but he's also their mentor. He's their father figure. He's the one protecting them and making sure they're getting a lot of rest. They're getting a lot of vacation. So, you know, shout out to Simon's son. You're doing a great job nurturing the girls and setting them up for success. So, yeah. Observing the tower. Oh, actually, I thought it was from the back, but you can see that this is going to be the half head imagery that's going to show up later in the video. So, all right, a lot of, yeah, so this whole like fortress obelisk looking out, all of these drones, I assume that Simon is controlling, watching over the industry, watching over everything, and keeping an eye on the girls as their protector with the bodyguard thing. Anyway, I'll let JURIN'S speak.
Yeah, I've been here waiting, looking at him, trying to catch up, take it how you wanna take it. Left the place in panic, left to take another planet, left to make another statement. XG, baby, say the names right, spell it out so you can learn it. Cause metal toss when it's turning, cause metal fire when it's burning. You can tell we are.
Oh man, that never gets old. So let's start with this. Jurin breaks into the first part of the tower they're breaking into dressed in a football outfit. So she's like a running back, right? She's leading the way as the leader. She's leading the way for the rest of the team, for the rest of the alphas. And she just breaks through like the Kool-Aid man. I'm gonna show a clip of that. Like she just broke through the wall. Oh yeah. And the next shot immediately, it shows the custom grill. I'll also show the maker who makes these custom grills. They've identified, the director has identified who the artist is who makes these custom grills. But each of them has a custom one, which is representative of both the grill itself and their position in this video. So it's also going to be. So here's the first appearance of the eye theme, right? I said earlier, eyes and mouths. So there's always, like, even in the teasers of Woke Up, in the poster and everything, there was a teaser of the mouth of the eye inside. So it's eyes and mouths. So there's a lot to be interpreted from the eyes and mouths thing. But yeah, that's the first thing here.
I've been here waiting, looking at him, trying to catch.
We're watching and waiting for you to all catch up and get on our level, right? So it's kind of like that image, that whole XG talking their shit all the time and saying like we're at a different level, right? And everybody's just trying to catch up to our level. And I also want to point out, like, the outfit that Jurin has here, her football helmet is actually in the shape of a wolf, and her shoulder pads have like the fur part here, which makes it kind of look like a Native American headdress. Really, really nice interpretation of the costumes as part of this. And it's a whole football theme. She's a running back breaking into the wall. But man, imagine if they played this in the Super Bowl, right? Sheesh, imagine like Simon paying for a commercial to make it appear in Super Bowl halftime. Damn, that would be so sick.
Take it how you wanna take it. Left to place in panic, left to take another planet, left to make another statement.
Another one of their common themes that goes in their lyrics. We made a scene. We left them in a panic because we're so damn good, and then we're just gonna take off onto the next conquering the next thing, onto the next planet. We just arrived to make a statement, and we're off to do the next thing. And here you can see the eye in JURIN'S custom grill. There's an eye on the bottom part of it.
XG, baby, say the names right, spell it out so you can learn it.
I reacted to this in my first reaction. XG, spell it out. XG, baby, say the names right, spell it so you can learn it. She's talking down on the listener and using the word baby because it's like, I'll spell out for you. It's just X and it's just G. If you can't understand that, I don't know what to tell you. It's going to be another common thing here where the minions or the people around the girls have their eyes glowing white. So JURIN is also eyes glowing white here. I'm going to go into this deeper later on, but it's interesting how everybody's eyes are glowing white and they're following the girls in each of their respective quadrants as they're breaking into this thing. Smell the tires when they're turning. Smell the fire when it's burning. So there's a wheel imagery here of the tire burning out and creating flames. A couple of things here. The smell the tires when they're turning. Tire could be a reference to Pirelli's, could be a reference to left, right. And then, of course, it rhymes with fire when it's burning. And I really like this effect of JURIN crouching down with the flame on top of her. They used the effect in Girl Gang also when they were filming the line for all of my ladies are fire. There's a piece of glass in front of JURIN as they're filming her, and they're projecting a nice visual trick. They're projecting the flames onto the glass so that when they record it in camera, they don't have to do any special effects. The fire is already in part of the shot. And they did it again here for her part, which is appropriate.
Metal fire when it's burning. Can tell we all made it work for us. Made it, but we had to work for it. Work so perfect that it hurt, don't it? Surf on them. Right away. Cause we had the right away. Bye, flying past and we fly away in the outer space.
Nice, Harvey, nice. Another one of the recurring themes for XG's lyrics where they're always working hard, never taking a day off. And we all know this, right? We've all seen the documentary and we see how hard they're working on all of their social medias and the world tour and everything. Things are working out for them now, but they still had to work for it. And we've all seen the effort that they put into it.
Work for it. Work so perfect that it...
Work so perfect. Could be a reference to Rihanna's song. I like this white outfit with kind of like another helmet. It has a fin on the top, kind of like her aquatic form in the Girl Gang, in her alien form. There's a line here in her head that's kind of like unicornish. Unicorn, her being her symbol. It's going to come back again later in the video. And she's wearing all white in this outfit. There's kind of like some sports themes to it. But I like this outfit because it's going to contrast with her black outfit, her black monster outfit later on, but also this calls back puppet show, right? Their highest evolved version of themselves in the peak, in the climax of puppet show, was them wearing all white, similar to something like this outfit. And another detail to point out of this outfit, her puffy jacket sleeves has the same ridges that's going to come back later in the knitted arm guards, or the knitted arm covers in their Wolf Clan outfit later on. So that's really cool. Anyway, yeah, lyric, work, could be Rihanna, possibly.
So perfect that it hurt, don't it? Surf on them. Right away, cause we had the right away.
So yeah, that's one of the best lyrics for Harvey in this verse. Homonym, quadruple homonym, right away, ride the wave, right away, because we had the right of way. I could have put, I would have liked if they put a fifth one here or changed one of them so it's not both right of way. It could have been by the way, right away, ride the wave, right away. And also, I pointed this out in my previous reaction. The donut here kind of sounds like donut, which is a term in surfing where you kind of wipe out. And also, you know those pipeline when the wave turns into like a pipeline? That could also be like a donut reference. I don't know, I might be reaching there, but I think it's appropriate that donut, surfing, and then ride the wave, it's all like surfing terms as part of the homonym wordplay. I thought that was really cool. Bye. Could be a reach, might be an NSYNC reference, but yeah, just like Jurin leaving to take over another planet, that whole alien theme, they're gonna be flying away off to the next thing to dominate. And speaking of domination, Harvey makes a transformation into her monster form here, so we're back to the monster theme. So she lands on the planet where the obelisk is on, and what's interesting here, if you rewind it a little bit, the planet is blue. When Harvey is approaching it from space is blue, but then when she lands on it, it suddenly turns black and white. Like she's spread out her influence as soon as she lands. She takes over and she dominates her sector. I'm calling these sectors each quadrant that the girls are infiltrating or breaking into. But I thought that was really interesting. So see, the planet is blue. Breaks into the atmosphere, burning away her old outfit, turning into the monster outfit, crashes into the obelisk, and as soon as she lands, everything turns black and white. Like Harvey's power has now spread out onto the planet as soon as she lands. That's how powerful she is. I thought that was a pretty cool visual.
Drop top in a coupe outside, wanna hop up out of this plane. Look at my fit right now when I just walked out of my bed. Fix my hair and fix my makeup on the way. Bound to the next stop, bound for the grave, make 'em bow down to the X.
Oh, God, I love pausing here because you get to see Maya in her superhero jump, but...
We fly away in the outer space. Drop top in a...
So this car, this is the one I was talking about earlier, made by Savi Choi. After researching, he just posted about it today. This is a custom Hyundai Genesis drop top in a coupe outside. So they're talking about a coupe. Hyundai Genesis is a coupe. This is the same South Korean artist who made Cocona's bike and Girl Gang. It's got a lot of the same themes as Cocona will have later in this video, where a lot of armor plates. It also has a nice detail of the mouth teeth on the rear view mirror. I find that a really cool detail.
Look at my fit right now when I just walked out of my bed.
So there, on the back of this, I'll show this in the photo, but on the back of it, there's a jet engine. So this ties into the line of when I hop out of this plane, the car has a jet engine in the back. That's really cool, kind of like Batman's car.
Fix my hair and fix my makeup on the way. Bound to the next stop, bound for the grave, make 'em bow down to the...
So it's crashing through the wall of the obelisk. So this is CHISA's quadrant. And I believe she launches Maya from the back of the car from somewhere.
Yeah.
Oh no, it could be. It was just a coincidence. There was flames. So Maya's coming in through an X made of flames. That is so cool. Well, look at the superhero shot. She has a superhero shot and then she has a superhero landing.
A little...
with the vortex and the black cloud of black smoke.
An ordinary, honorary, underestimated, leaving all you broke. I'm the judge and jury, I don't want to hear it. I'm the one that fear and keep it on the low. This is automated, I'm the motivator. Told my haters, y'all more the merrier. Y'all my entertainment, fascinated. I'm just laughing because it's so hilarious.
Whew. We're going to get to Cocona with her really cool custom grill, but let's go back to Maya. Can I just let it play one more time?
A little more than ordinary, honorary, underestimated, leaving all you broke. I'm the judge and jury, I don't want to hear it. I'm the
cadence,
one that keep it
the
on the
flow.
low. This is automated, I'm the motivator. Told my haters, y'all more the merrier. Y'all my entertainment, fascinated. I'm just laughing because it's so hilarious.
I wanted to talk about Maya's outfit. She looks like she's dressed for court, which is interesting because there's a judge and jury line, right? She also has claw earrings. Like she has, I thought originally that was her hair. She has claws for earrings, and she also has a moon hair decoration tying her hair back. And in this section is the first appearance of the infrared view. Like it switches that infrared shot. This is playing more again to the monster theme because not only does she look like a monster with the grill and the claws and the claws both on her ears and on her fingers. The Predator is a famous movie monster which also has infrared view, so it's playing more into the monster theme again. A little more than ordinary, meaning they're above ordinary. They're extraordinary, obviously, honorary. Honorary tying into judge and jury, and because you call the judge your honor, right? I'm the judge and jury, I don't want to hear it, tying into the honorary, your honor, the judge. And she's in what looks like a courtroom. So she's at a hearing where she's the judge and jury, but she doesn't want to hear it. So yeah, I thought that was a really clever wordplay and playing into the visual of Maya's section.
Jury, I don't wanna hear it. I'm the one they fear and keep it up.
I'm the one they fear and keep it on the low. I was thinking about what this line meant. I think this could mean that I'm the one they're fearing because she's the executioner as part of the monster theme. So judge, jury, executioner, right? So she's the judge and jury, and she doesn't want to hear it, but I'm the one they fear because she's the executioner and she's gonna, just everybody.
On the low, this is automated. I'm the motivator. Told my haters, your mother.
Yeah, talk to the haters, Maya. Talk your shit. And the appearance of the no-headed guy, there's been a lot of speculation of what this guy could stand for, what this person could stand for, why he doesn't have the top of his head, but he has a nose and a mouth. I've been thinking about this, and my understanding, especially with Maya talking about haters in the previous line, this could be a metaphor for someone with no brain, and they don't use their eyes, but they do have a mouth. And if they don't have a brain, they don't have eyes, all they're doing is just yapping. Common theme again in XC's lyrics where they're talking to haters, talking to people just yapping, not using their brain because they don't have one. All they have are ears and a mouth. They hear something and they just want to talk shit about it. They're not using their brain. They're not using their eyes to observe and to critically assess what's in front of them. All they can do is hear and talk. So I think that's what this person represents. And again, mouths and eyes theme back to the original 4 themes I was talking about. Yeah, Maya talking shit, like bring on the haters, the more the merrier. I do find that hilarious that the more haters that they have, it seems like XG just gets more powerful and they'll make as many diss tracks as they need to. As many as they need to.
On my entertainment, fascinated. I'm just laughing because it's so hilarious. Little girl with a big mouth, smoke with a big house, yeah. Big watch on her wrist now, I just started that flow now, just now. Put a little more down for the bus down. Went on tour when I bust into the bus down. Everything custom now. Friends rushing out, security had to push me out.
Oh my god, Cocona's verse is so good. So let's talk about the big thing here that they showed in the teaser. I think they shouldn't have shown that in the teaser. I think this shot would have made such a huge impact if they just dropped this without teasing it. Because if you think about it, she had one take to, well, probably a few takes, but she had one good take to do this, to not only shave her head, not get any hair in her eyes, speak the lyrics still on time, and do this all in one take and no take backsies because, once the hair is gone, the hair is gone. You can't redo the take. I think this is really shows to Cocona's commitment and respect. Jesus. I mean, I've learned in the comments of other reactors that Cocona had done this before when she was younger and she liked it. And people were concerned and they reached out to the company, to XCalX. And apparently she has her parents' blessing to do this. And she has Simon's blessing to do that. And she apparently had been wanting to do this for a while. And she was waiting for the right comeback to have this style. And I think Woke Up was a perfect thing for it. Because, how hard can she possibly go than to shave her head live for the music video? That's crazy. That is actually crazy. And the big elephant in the room. Cocona's always been the one being picked on by everybody, right? She's the one being picked on by the haters, by people who are accusing XG of cultural appropriation, and Cocona's always been the target because she's always had the one with the controversial hairstyles or hair designs, whatever, culturally appropriating. So tying it up with everything. She does it for this video. She shaves all her hair off, and she's like, "What? What are you gonna talk shit about now? You got nothing. I'm still me. C to the OCONA. I'm still me, and you got nothing to hate on now. All you gotta do is respect, right?" That's why she's got the floating crown in the next shot, because young queen. Damn. I also want to point out that this is COCONA's custom grill, and unlike the rest of the girls, it seems like this one is covering her entire mouth, teeth, and gum area. And this ties into her outfit with the dress, because she has full night leg plates on, her grill being the most protective as well. So there's all that theme of armor plates and COCONA being, I don't know, being built the hardest and doing the hardest for this video. There's stars in between the these. You can see the stars here, but it's a full armor covering for her teeth, just like how it is for her legs.
Little girl with a big mouth, small group with a big house, yeah, big watch on her wrist.
Little girl with a big mouth, small group with a big house, big watch on the wrist. The big watch is gonna come back later, but these are 3 lines where it's juxtaposing small and big, which is she's the youngest, but she often has one of the biggest roles in it, she being one of the rappers. So she has a really, really big responsibility for somebody as the youngest of the group.
Now, I started that flow now, just now. Put a little more down for the bust down. Went on tour, when I bust into the bust down. Everything custom.
Oh, wait, I want to point out her outfit first. So she kind of has, it kind of looks like a wedding dress, right? So it ties into Harvey, it ties in back to Puppet Show, where the top is like a wedding dress, which is kind of like the Puppet Show bridal theme. There's a whole theme about brides and expectations from women that was kind of like the undercurrent for a Puppet Show. But her legs have full armor like a knight, just like her full armor plating for her teeth for the custom grill, and just like the armor plates on Chisa's car. So there's a lot of underlying themes here. It could also represent that COCONA has the thickest skin, just like how Jurin was saying, their body ain't thick, but she's got thick skin. COCONA's quite possibly the hardest, having to do with the head shaving thing and being the most built to be this kind of artist, the kind of artist that represents her, the kind of rap that she wants to do, the kind of music that she wants to do. She's built like an OG. What can I say? I also find it really interesting that in the middle of all of these hard lines, she's like, I just thought of that flow just now. That's really cool.
I started that flow now, just now. Put a little more down for the bust.
Really cool imagery and also really cool line. So she has a crown. She has a line later on where she says she's a young queen. It's kind of like representing her godhood again. Back to the theme of gods and monsters, right? So I would put COCONA as one of the gods here. I like the floating crown. That's really, really cool. Not even without her hair, she's still a queen. Everything that the cutting of the hair represents. There's a whole discussion to be had about women and hair and cutting it off and new beginnings and new changes and all of that. I'm not fully qualified to talk about it, but it represents so much that she did this, right? It not only took a lot from her, the execution as well to do it live in the video, and what it represents, both from the criticism she has been receiving and they have been receiving, and what this means and what this shows, and the strength that it takes to be able to do something like this. Would you shave your hair at the drop of a hat? Would you just chop it all off with no eyebrows as well? Yeah, didn't think so, right? The line here for bust down, I got pointed out in the comments that there is something known as a bust down wig, bust with a T, bust. It's a long flowing wig, at least 26 inches, and it's parted in the middle. So the style, it's long flowing. It's a pretty iconic look. So that's what the bust down wig looks like. And also bust down, B-U-S-S, as in the lyric here, it stands for adding diamonds to a watch. And which is interesting, which ties it back to her line about big watch on the wrist now. Nice homonym for bust down, double meaning, double entendre for bust down and the wig. Talking about a wig as well without having any hair. Really, really appropriate. I think that's such a clever tie-in of the lyrics and the visuals as well. The details, attention to detail.
Bust down, went
on tour and the bus and tore the bus down. I'm interpreting this as, just whenever they're going on tour in a bus, and they're just, causing shit, causing havoc, causing a panic, as Jurin was saying at the start. Yeah. Everything custom now. Yeah, so from their grill to their outfits to their lyrics, to the whole style. Everything is custom made. The fact that there are so much details to tie into everything XU is doing, from the lyrics to the lore to the style to the fashion to everything. Everything is custom. Everything is next level. I don't know what the red light above her could mean. I don't know if you guys watched a lot of the MCU stuff. There was this whole theme in WandaVision where there was a blinking red light and it represented a Stark bomb that didn't go off, and it kind of set the trajectory for Wanda Maximoff as the Scarlet Witch. And that's all I could remember from this light. It could be like the blinking light of a bomb, the blinking warning light that somebody's as a warning security light that somebody's breaking into something, because they're all breaking into this tower thing. Yeah, so I really like this one detail. And red is such a powerful color, right? You don't see red often. You've seen flames, you see flames, but red in particular in this video is very, very rare and used very sparingly. And it's a really, really nice eye catch. It draws your eye to it. It catches your attention for the red. So
Now, friends rushing out, security at a
what I mentioned from the start, that Simon had the security earpiece, like the radio earpiece. I thought that was, yeah, nice tie-in there, I think. Close-up look at Cocona's teeth. Oh, their custom grill. It still has the fangs, but it has the large stars design. And I just thought of this. I just thought of this flow just now. It also ties into her being the first of having a custom grill in Shooting Star, where she had the grill that said Shooting Star. Now she has stars on her grill for Woke Up a year later. Yeah.
48 laws of power, let her go with a big motor on a kid though. Watch me rip though, watch me snap like Motorola flip phone. I don't wanna hit you this hard on an intro, bring that bounce like 6-4. Find me in Tokyo, rapping in a skirt, I catch my drift though.
JURIN'S section. This is so damn
Rushing
good.
out, security had to push me out. 48 laws of power.
So she's still in the same outfit, like the part of the football running back outfit, but without the helmet, showing her red hair. Again, really, really powerful red use of the red color for her hair. And the nose ring, damn. So she still has the shoulder pads, which has the fur on it, which is kind of like the wolf headdress. 48 Laws of Power is a book by Robert Greene. It's a self-help book which teaches lessons from powerful historical figures to teach you how to be more powerful, how to be elite in your whole life. And it's really interesting that this is a line. This just pops out of nowhere, right? It's not referencing anything else. It rhymes in it fits in the verse and fits in the bar. But if you dig more into the book, it actually influenced a lot of artists. It's influenced artists like Jay-Z, Busta Rhymes, Michael Jackson. It's appeared in songs by them, even in songs from Ye, from MF Doom, and from Drake. There is a reference to MF Doom, I believe, in COCONA's tape number 2. And Drake is mentioned in HARVEY in tape number 4. The one big artist that 48 Laws of Power is influenced is 50 Cent. So much so that 50 Cent has produced a follow-up book, The 50th Law. I'll have a picture of it on screen. I just found that really interesting. It's just the tie-in from hip-hop culture, suddenly dropping this 48 Laws of Power line out of nowhere, and then tying that back into hip-hop artists. It's all just synergistic, and it's all from one random bar. Damn.
Power, let her go with a big motor on a kid though. Watch me rip though, watch me snap like Motorola flip phone.
Little girl with a big motor and a kid. It's a kid that's just like incessantly yapping. It's again with a small, big juxtaposition as well. Little kid with a big mouth. Big motor and a kid, Motorola flip phone. Snap like Motorola flip phone. You snap it open and you snap it closed. And if like you want to end a call, snap it closed. That's how the flip phones used to work for you. Younger people who didn't grow up with the Motorola Razr. One of the most iconic pre-iPhone phones. I've always wanted a Motorola Razr. I never could afford one.
I don't wanna hit you this hard on an intro, bring that bounce like 6-4.
Because she has a really, really sick bar that everybody's reacting to, right? About the Tokyo Drift, which I'll get to. She didn't want to drop that on you in the intro because she was the intro verse. So she's saving it for later for this verse. Two things here. Actually, a lot of things here. You can see her wolf helmet that she's holding onto. She's surrounded by more people under her influence, which is the alphas with the glowing white eyes and the masks. This shot in particular, it kind of gave me a creepy vibe. I don't know if it's just like this brass border. It's kind of like old timey. It reminds me a lot of Japanese horror films where The students are in a really, really serious class photo, and it's kind of got this creepy vibe, especially with the way this is shot with the dramatic lighting. It reminds me of the poster for Battle Royale. Oh man, the one that started it all. So this kind of creeps me out. This whole shot with this frame, a technique they were using with a border in left right when they had those kind of like retro borders. One detail that everybody's missed about the shot: there's a clock on the top, and it's pointing to 5:21. When did this song release? May 21st. Yeah, baby. Bring that bounce like 6'4". This is referencing the Chevy Impala. 64 model is iconic. If you look it up, you would probably see it bouncing on hydraulics. It's called gas hopping, where you install hydraulics and it installs a whole other system that allows the car to jump. And if you listen carefully, I'm going to raise the volume just for this part. You can hear the sound of hydraulics as she says that line.
Me snap like Motorola flip phone. I don't wanna hit you this hard on an intro. Bring that bounce like 6'4".
Yeah, or do you hear that? Play it again.
Motorola flip phone. I don't wanna hit you this hard on an intro. Bring that bounce like 6'4". Find me in.
There you go. Sound of the hydraulic of the Impala bouncing, gas hopping. Onto the iconic line.
Tokyo rapping in a skirt. Are you catching my drift though?
Oh, that line is so good and making people lose all sorts of shit. Find me in Tokyo rapping in a skirt. I think there's a quadruple entendre here. Find me in Tokyo rapping in a skirt because she's wearing a skirt, number one. Find me in Tokyo because the girls originate from Tokyo. Skirt, as in skirt, the sound effect when you're doing a drift, the tires squealing, the tires burning on the road while you're drifting. And the fourth entendre, Tokyo Drift being one of the best movies in the Fast and the Furious franchise. I wonder if you know how they live in Tokyo. Oh god, such an iconic movie. Still my favorite in the series, followed by Fast Five. But anyway, don't test me in movies. And then the last meaning here, the last reference, are you catching my drift? More with the condescending talk, because earlier she was like, let me spell out for you. XG, it's just 2 letters so you can remember it. And now also, don't let this bar pass over your head. Are you catching my drift about what we're rapping about? Are you catching this line? Don't let this line flow over your head. Tokyo Drift, rapping in a skirt, rapping in a skirt. Just a cool ass shot in general. The tiny planet effect, where just fantastic shot of Tokyo. I'm really curious how they took this shot. It's on top of a tower, obviously, but yeah.
Woke up looking like this, so don't get under my skin. Woke up looking like this. Woke up looking like this, so don't get under my skin. Woke up looking like this. Yeah.
I think there's only one reactor that caught that she had butterfly wings in the last part of her sequence, but I'll get to that. So we have this opening shot of Hinata with the blue hair with this awesome look. I really like this look for Hinata where she does a crazy face with like the really wide eyes and the big grin. I think it suits Hinata's look really, really well. But this shot of a broken mirror with multiple images, this is a similar shot that was used in Everything Everywhere All at Once, the movie. They reference, of course, the movie later on in JURIA's verse. But this multiple Hinata image thing, this is kind of calling back to Girl Gang, where she had that AI shot, and she had a shot where there were a lot of Hinatas. So I think that could be a reference to that. I'll just have that on screen just so you can compare. But I really like this Everything Everywhere All at Once shot. That's must have been hell to edit, let me tell you.
Woke up looking like this, so don't get.
So she's surrounded by webs. I think tying back to the theme of gods and monsters, Hinata is one of the monsters because she has a lot of, this could be silk or spider webs because she is kind of represented as an insect in this part here.
My skin.
Hinata crazy face. So if you take a look at this shot, it kind of looks like the front of a caterpillar, right? There's the caterpillar antennae on the top, and then it's kind of like the Hinata's trying to break through the skin of the caterpillar, but the whole look of it, there's a whole insect theme that's a caterpillar with a silkworm or the webs or those strings that were tied to her in the previous shot. And this is a really interesting evolution because she was kind of like a gazelle or like a wildebeest in Puppet Show, right? She had her hair like that. Now her hair is down and she's more like an insect monster here. Really, really cool shot of her face is trying to break out from this kind of like caterpillar, front of a caterpillar looking thing.
Looking like this.
So again, theme of eyes and mouths. The theme of the eyes with the concentric circles. I mentioned earlier that it's going to come back later on in the outfits of the wolf clan outfits, of the water tribe outfits that they have. There's going to be concentric lines in the eyes of the wolf, in the hat itself, and also the segmented arm coverings, the knitted arm coverings it's all like concentric circles. The really scary looking concentric eyes and all of the eyes looking. And if you think about it, lots of bugs with multiple eyes. A spider has multiple eyes and all of that. So
woke up looking like this, so don't get under
eye
my
in the
skin.
mouth again.
Woke up looking like this.
And yeah, butterfly wings at the end. So that kind of confirms the theory that she kind of looked like a caterpillar and she had the silkworm type thing, the silk strands, the webs, and at the end she hatches from the chrysalis. So don't get under my skin talking about how the previous form of a butterfly is a chrysalis, when a caterpillar sheds its skin to form the chrysalis so that she can eventually be reborn as a butterfly. So there's a lot of, I don't know, it could be a reach, but I think it all ties in together. Her being a caterpillar, shedding the skin to form the chrysalis, and then waking up looking like this as a butterfly. I think it all hits. I think it all hits. I don't know. Let me know what you think.
Yeah, life flex go easy.
Okay, so we have a room where people are observing again the brainless guy, and then it explodes because Juria is breaking into this section of the obelisk. And recurring theme of an anonymous person with no eyes, no brain, and just a mouth. Actually, now that I think about it, part of the eyes is such a big theme because we identify so much with our eyes, right? If you cover the eyes, it's hard to recognize a person. That's why, like, when you see those news broadcasts, they just mosaic out the eyes and you can't tell who the person is. It's such a huge factor in identifying a person. And removing somebody's eyes just removes their whole individuality, their whole personality.
Life flex go easy. Tag it up, graffiti, drop a pin to add it, that's where I go. Rip the show and that's all I know, I'm supervision. Y'all just built on superstitions. Watch me do everything, everywhere, all at once, all the time, all around the world.
Whew. Following in the theme of gods and monsters, Juria is another one of the gods, and she's representing Anubis with the jackal ears, right? And what's interesting there, in addition to being an Egyptian god, and this kind of looks like the inside of a pyramid, right? Anubis is a jackal, which is part of the canids, which includes wolves as part of that family, that animal kingdom family, right? So the canids have wolves, they have jackals, they have other types of dogs, I believe. Appropriate that Juria would be representing an Egyptian god as part of the god theme. She even has kind of like an Egyptian crescent moon symbol as a necklace, right? Another interesting fact about Anubis being the god of funerary practices and like the funeral rites and all of that. Juria was the one throwing flowers at the end of Tippy Toes when she was throwing flowers into a coffin, which from the point of view of that coffin, right, you were looking up at Juria throwing down flowers at you. It's us, we died because XG came on the scene. They caused a panic, as JURIN said. They made a scene, they just killed us, they just slayed us, and they're just, dropping flowers on us because we're dead in the coffin. The other thing here is Juria is surrounded by what looks like angels, and she's bathed in a warm light, and it's a nice juxtaposition. Again, the duality of XG. HARVEY is in black and white, and she's surrounded by little demon imps. So I like how Juria is surrounded by angels, and another member is surrounded by demons. They could be one or the other. You don't want the rest of my girls to start acting up because you want them to be angels, but if they turn into demons, yeah, they're just gonna break into your obelisk and blow your freaking mind.
No, I'm supervision. Y'all just built on super.
My favorite thing about this shot, they're teaching her how to scowl. That's so good. The girls are teaching Juria how to scowl. Our cute little Risus learning how to do a hard hip-hop scowl. Yeah, back to the lyrics. I'm supervision, y'all built in superstitions. One of them is the superhero theme of supervision, like it's a superpower. Maya came in on a superhero entrance and a superhero landing, and contrasting superhero to superstition. So one is they're both kind of like fictional things, but one is like a superhuman thing and the other is a supernatural thing, superstitions, right? I really like this transition as well between Hinata and Juria. And they were also doing a similar transition in the video for Losing You, where Hinata and Juria would fade into each other. So I think even in Losing You, they're doing callbacks. I don't know if that's intentional again. I don't know if that's a reach, but I find that really, really cool. And more to the duality again, Arai and Hinata.
Once all the time, all around the world. Woke up looking like this, so don't get under my skin.
You can see
Where all at once, all the time, all around the world. Woke up looking like.
You can see the crescent moon hair tie for Maya, crescent moon, wolves howling at the moon. Yeah, you know.
So don't get under my skin. Don't. XGALX, and that's the name of the shit. That's it. Damn mother wolf. So don't make fun of my kids. We all family stand tall now. So don't talk down to my kids. Hey,
Harvey's my favorite part. Maya's is kind of like Cocona's, where it's a full mouth covering, but it's individual teeth, just like silver covering on the teeth and emphasizing on the fangs. Red, danger. Here we go. The sparing use of red, so when it comes out, it's really, really impactful. And we see our first glimpse of the eye, probably at the heart of the obelisk, since they're all breaking into it, right? And they reach at the center, where it's just a one massive eye looking at them. Kind of reminds me of Black Mamba, actually, from Espa. But yeah, I also really like Maya's movement here, like the super aggressive hip check.
Don't get under my skin. Don't. And that's the name of the shit. That's it.
Blue blood, or blue goo, more alien themes of like alien blood being green or blue, like not natural, not red. So I thought that was a really interesting one-off shot.
Damn mother wolf.
Her eyes, pure pupils, have been modified to look like wolves, so turning more into the monster. Really, really cool.
So don't make fun of my kids.
This is going to be mirrored later on at the end of the MV, where that representative of the faceless or the anonymous person, their mind just blown with how impactful XG is.
And that's the name of the ship.
That's the name of the ship. That's it. I don't think it's a coincidence that this sounds like shit. Like I've been looking for an excuse for them to swear for the longest time. Kind of tying in back to Girl Gang, right? Where it's bet you can't match these stats, but it sounds like bitch. So they're kind of doing the same here, where that's the name of the ship. That's the name of this shit. That's it. And they even exclaim in the same bar, that's the name of this shit. Yeah, that's it. Right? Nice homophone here. Then mother wolf, don't make fun of my kids. Where kids sounds like kin, sounds like kit. And kit is baby animals. This includes baby animals like a baby fox and a baby wolverine, which are kind of similar animals to wolves again. So don't be talking about my kids, my kin, and my kit. Like my babies. Don't you talk about my babies. We'll talk down to you, as Jurin was saying. We'll talk down to you. I'll spell it out for you. But don't you talk about that. You're not on our level to talk back at us. One thing I wanted to point out before I move on to Harvey, the XGALX gets called out here like it was in Trampoline. So
GALX, and that's the name of the shit. That's it.
That's the name of the shit. That's right. It gets called out again. And I like that they're kind of calling out even the company, because it takes, like I said earlier, it does take a whole village. It does take an entire team, from Simon to the girls to all their stylists and everybody. And you can see that in the credits. All of these MVs are always kind of like movie level productions, and it shows with all of the effort that everybody is putting into it, in terms of the costumes, in terms of the concepts, in terms of all of these lore and details that I'm always picking apart. Yeah.
Damn mother wolf. So don't make fun of my kids. We all family stand tall now. So don't talk down to my kids. Hey, welcome to the party, floating like it's Mardi Gras. Yeah, you can call me Harvey, but I'm not your Barbie doll. Yeah, party, ha, laughing at him while we blast away. Black on black outfits all packed away.
So when I first saw this Harvey sequence, I'm like, holy shit! Look at the. Are you looking at this? Just this whole reveal, this initial reveal with this parade float, floating like it's Mardi Gras, talking about a parade float, right? And she is on a parade float there's a head of a wolf as the masthead, right, of the parade float. And nice little detail here, like her outfit at the start, it has a unicorn horn, just additional references to Harvey's character or Harvey's symbol as a unicorn. I've reviewed this part of the footage so many times. There's a whole army of people behind her. There's a whole army of like demons going on. But yeah, let me do this line by line. Welcome to the party. Welcome to My Party was the first series on XG's official YouTube channel. If you go back to the very start, you'll see that each member gets their welcome to my party video, which explains like introducing themselves to the world. My God, I'm keep going back to the set, but even in black and white, you can see that it's completely loaded with details.
Party floating like it's Mardi.
Yeah, floating like it's Mardi Gras, as in parade float. I like the use of parade here because this whole sequence in black and white, the whole desaturated look, reminds me of My Chemical Romance's Welcome to the Black Parade, which talks about the music video shows a patient kind of passing away. When death comes for them, death comes in the form of a parade. Now, I'm not talking about Harvey being the queen of the dead and all of that, but there's a lot of like little demons floating around. You can see one of them close up here. It even has the Anubis ears, tying it back into the duality with Juria's section, right? Juria had the Anubis ears, but she was surrounded by angels. Now Harvey seems to be like the queen of the underworld. You can call me Harvey, but I'm not your Barbie doll, which is interesting because she was dressed like a Barbie doll in tape number 2, right? In the whole pink outfit.
But I'm not your Barbie doll, yeah. Hardy, hardy, ha, laughing at
Hardy, hardy, har, laughing at them while we blast away. There's a couple of references I noticed here. Hardy, har, har is an old Hanna-Barbera character, which was kind of like a sad hyena, irony. A hyena kind of looks like a wolf, kind of looks like a dog, like a savanna animal, savanna carnivore, which is known for its laugh. So tying it back to Harvey and the hyena, hardy, har, har, and laughing, and this also ties back to tape number 2, Harvey, the real Harley, Joker, laughing, hyena, laughing, Harvey, Harley, all of it tying together. I don't know if that's intentional, but damn, that is some deep cuts I'm pulling from. So I hope it's intentional. While we blast away, Jurin mentions this in her rap in Still Hot, where she says blasting away like a rocket, Team Rocket blasting away. So I think that's a callback to that one as well. Really nice.
we blast away. Black on black on black outfits all packed away.
So I was wondering first what the black on black on black means. In addition to, of course, the whole aesthetic of the scene being black on black on black on black. Somebody in the comments pointed out that the original outfits for the for the Tippy Toes music video, they were all wearing black. And she's saying now that those original outfits that we debuted with, black on black on black, each member wearing black, they put those away.
C to the LC, oh that's me, Lord have mercy. Young queen better act like an onion. Young blow but I'm built like an OG. Yeah. Gotta live wait for the bags. Looking real fit for the mags. Animal wolf in the pack. So it's just wolf in the tag.
This is probably my favorite part of the whole thing. C to the OC, she makes a symbol whenever she refers to this rap, but referring, of course, to her most iconic tape number 2, C to the OC, O and A, be popping on them 808s, which are used in this beat. And then she ties it C to the OC, Oh, that's me, using the O and the Oh, that's me. Kind of like Jurin, a real problem now. Just like clever wordplay. And then not only clever wordplay, clever references and callbacks to old clever wordplay. Floating Crown is still there. She's still in her God mode.
See, oh that's me, Lord have mercy.
Lord have mercy indeed. Jesus.
Young queen better act like an onion.
So young queen better act like an onni. So she's kind of dressed like a queen, right? She has a crown. She has like the full regalia. But underneath that, armored, fully hardened, fully defensive knight armor. So perfect juxtaposition, perfect showing of the duality of XG, like I always talk about. Young queen, but I act like an Ani. Ani, first appearance of a Korean word in one of their English songs. That's not a tape or a Vox or anything. So really cool. If you're not familiar, Ani is like older sister or like eldest sister. It's a sign of respect. It's a word. It's a term of endearment, term of respect for an elder female. She's a young queen, but she acts like an Ani. She is very wise. She's not one of the oldest souls that I can tell, like within the group even. She's very wise. I'm probably over double her age, but I'm still learning something from COCONA, even though she's the maknae. I really, really respect that. Especially after this video. Jesus Christ. Don't even.
Like an onion, young blood, but I'm built like an OG.
So young blood, of course, is the opposite of being an OG, but built like an OG. Talking about building her and the group's foundation as young bloods. They're new to the industry. They're only 2 years old. Paying their respects to the actual OGs in hip-hop and R&B. Everybody's taking influences from rap, from R&B, from all of their favorite artists, old and new. That's why whenever you look at X and you listen to their songs, it's like everybody says they're very 90s, very, very 2000s R&B and hip-hop. And that's why they built their foundation on the OGs. So they're built like an OG. Just wearing their influences on their sleeve. That's why I don't believe any of this bullshit about cultural appropriation, because it's all cultural appreciation at the end of the day.
Gotta lift weight for the bags.
That head shake is my favorite move in this whole MV. It's like a dog shaking or a wolf shaking its head, right? Like it's something on its fur. But it's just so, with COCONA showing her full armor teeth, it's just so oof. It's such an aggressive move. Gotta lift weight for the bags. Bags is in bags of money because now they're taking off. Sold out concerts, back-to-back weekends. Thailand sold out. Manila sold out.
Wait for the bags. Looking real fit for the mag.
Looking real fit for the magazines. But since there's a follow-up line here for attack, you could probably interpret mags here as like magazines, as in ammunition magazines. Wolf in the pack, of course.
In the pack. So it's just wolf.
Wolf in attack. Oh, wolf in the pack. Wolf and attack with the woof backing track. That's so awesome. Yeah, this is what I'm referencing. The magazines being used for attack. The use of red in the color of her eyes. First it was in that warning light. Now it's in her eyes. It calls back and also updates the look in Tippy Toes, where Hinata's eyes glow in that one scene. I'm gonna have it on screen. But then you see the wolf eyes representing the rest of the 6 girls in the back. But now her eyes are red, and if you take a look at the eyes of the rest of the guards, there, see, it could be showing that she's the more powerful one. She's like the supreme one. And then these are the rest of the alphas. These are the rest of us following her. The rest of the audience under their spell, under their control, dominated by the gods. We are praying to the ex gods. Yes. I like that. She has her leg in front of the other leg and she's crouching down, and she does a digging move like this. So it's something a dog or a wolf does, right? You know when dogs dig in the dirt, but it's also in this position she's in with the head pointed forward. It looks like a bull that's ready to attack, right? And that's all they've done in this video. It's just them going on attack. This whole wolf headdress calls back to like the outfit of Jurin at the start, where it was a football helmet in the shape of a wolf, and then she had the shoulder pads with the fur on it. Now it's full Avatar waterbender clan and like full Native American headdress. And I really just, this outfit is so sick with the eye t-shirt. It's just so sick.
Woke up looking like this, so don't get under my skin. Woke up looking like this.
Waterbenders.
Woke up looking like this, so don't get under my skin. Woke up looking like this.
That is just such a cool combination of moves. So first of all, so it's first they're doing it on the beat. Woke up looking like this. Woke up looking like this, and then doing all of their moves to the beat, and then they just change it up. They just go into a smooth transition, but then they do the they do the snap thing. Hinata does a similar snap thing in Puppet Show and also in Left Right. She does the hull up with a pause thing, and fitting that Hinata's in the front controlling the group again. She controls them in Puppet Show and all of that. It's just so damn good. It's just so damn good. This choreography, I can't wait to see like a dance practice version or the live performance. I've seen clips of it from the concerts, but yeah, the dance performance of this would be so sick, especially with how they integrate the really long verses of the raps.
My skin. Woke up looking like this.
See, everything's on beat.
Woke up looking like this, so don't get under my skin. Woke up looking like this.
And then more of the Predator vision. And then the eye in the back, like I said earlier, it reminded me of the Espa Black Mamba video. I think they're at the core of the obelisk. They've all grouped together. They've discarded their gods and monsters outfits, but now they're back to the wolf pack outfit, and they're ready to blow it up, which is exactly what happens next. There, see, boom, boom. Really nice choreography, and I love that Hinata's the one in front to do it. It might have been Jurin. Sorry, but Hinata was leading that last part. Broken in, they've done their shit, they've talked their shit, and now they're just gonna let it blow up. And, cool people don't look back at explosions. This is exactly it. And then just look at them. It's just... So yeah, similar to earlier in the MV where his head explodes because of XG performing. Same with the whole entire obelisk itself. And really nice imagery here. More credits, but it's in the shape of both an eye, and this also looks like an open mouth with a teeth showing. Like here, it's in the shape of an eye here in general, but this is the similar to the close-up shots of the teeth as well, showing the grill. So eyes and mouths again. And man, you can see here everybody that is worth thanking, this entire team putting all of their efforts into making the girls, giving the girls their look, and making all of these MVs that are just shaking up the industry right now. Directed by Choji Sok, the grills by Seimin Yum, and where's the CHISA car? It's called out here. CHISA car, there we go, Savvy Choi. Next Gal X. And yeah, so that has been my deep dive for Woke Up. I hope I caught everything. I feel like I've been yapping for the past few hours, and hopefully once I've finished editing this, it's going to make much more sense. It's going to be much more cohesive, and I wish I caught all of the reference. And if not, of course, I'd love to hear from you. I always love learning more stuff about the lore, about XG, about all of the details, because there's just so much. Because nobody's doing it like them, right? Thank you. Thank you as always for choosing to spend your time to watch my videos. I know they're very long. I know lots of pauses in this one, but I hope I did it justice this time. Yeah, I'm going to see you guys in the next one. I hope you enjoyed. I hope you learned something, shared with other alphas. You have a great weekend. You have a great next week. And I'll see you again in the next one. Peace.